all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
I love that. Welcome along to episode 2 of 5 Star Sodas, your soda review show where we'll just try to taste every fizzy drink of the world. How you doing, Al?
I'm doing good, mate. How's things?
Good. Nick, how are you?
I'm alright. I'm looking forward to get the next one done.
We're back.
Yeah, so I mean, the last time we were together was just over a week ago. We did the live US election special.
Yes, we did.
And we are now, I don't know, 10 days since we
Yeah.
recorded that.
And we still don't know who won.
Aye, it's not much changed.
Oh, we know who won.
Aye.
But back then, 10 days ago, we didn't know who won. In fact, if you go back and watch the YouTube stream that we did, it kind of rounds off real quick when me and Al read the comment section and realised that
The mood
it looked like Trump had won.
is severed.
And I came back from the toilet and you were like sad, and I'm like, what did you drink? What did you drink? I actually forgot about that part. Totally
But
forgot about
it was kind of funny because like that next day I had the worst hangover from fucking fizzy juice, man.
And also the rest of the world had a decent night, well, maybe not a decent night's sleep, but there was just all these elated videos of people partying. Whereas I feel like we went to bed in the darkest hour and woke up hungover on juice. And I was just kind of like,
that was the worst sugar crash I've ever had.
Yeah.
Ever. No doubt about it.
we drank like 10 drinks. And I don't think
12
and only 50 people watched us do it.
plus the
Well, shout out to those 50 that stayed with us, man. But it felt like we really martyred ourselves for no reason.
the Pop Tarts, the Jolly Ranchers, all of that as well would definitely
I don't think anyone's
The
ever
most
done
American
it so
potato
hard.
waffle as well.
Yeah.
But it was also coupled with this sort of crippling news. I don't think I've ever. I don't know what I was dreaming about, but it was definitely.
But
more of a
Biden
nightmare.
has won. Trump just won't call it.
I don't know, it's weird. I was even reading more today, and like it's like he's taking it to court, and his solicitors are up there, and they're realising actually we can't lie up here. And there was one of the bits where he said, right, the judge said to one of his solicitors, he's like, so you're telling me that there was nobody was allowed in to watch, and he was like, there was a non-zero number of people were allowed in to watch the ballot count. Is it non-zero? So he's like, there was somebody, and he's like, there was a non-zero amount. What are you talking about?
I'm only
That's
interested
so
in
crazy,
non-zero
man.
Coke, to be honest.
Yeah. Give me the non-zero drinks.
If somehow Trump could monetize the creation of gifs in his honor and memes, because it's just absolute fodder.
Yeah.
The way he handles situations that should just be a quiet conceded and defeat. It's amazing.
But he's not spoke for 6 days now in public. I only read that this morning.
I thought you were going to say just not spoke. Like
I think it's gonna
like
be
Celine
interesting.
Dion on a day off.
If
He
you
just has two paddles, one that says yes and no. People like try grilled cheese. He's like,
if you look back 4 years ago at the sort of swap over between Obama and Trump, Obama, after like obviously voicing his disapproval of Trump even running and taking the piss out of him in front of him, like in big situations, like there's that video on YouTube, like it's like a big sort of state dinner and Trump's in the crowd and he slams Trump and drops a mic and he's like really ripping the piss, and then Trump wins and he still has this sort of like the balls to sit there and go like to do that pure handover. And there's famous pictures of the two of them sitting together like talking.
grumpy
You just
faces.
can't imagine Trump going like
Yeah.
even sitting with, it's almost like at the inauguration Trump won't even be there.
It's not even though they're sitting there.
You're phoning sick.
He's not even done like the official things that he needs to do.
He has to
Like
do,
shares
yeah.
the documents with them and giving
But I
them
was
briefings.
surprised he wasn't even really a president.
Yeah, he does.
Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
But
But
he's the guy that leaves the cage straight after the fight. No handshakes, no hugging out.
Yeah,
like, look,
aye.
we both punched each other in the face. You won, I didn't. I'll get you next time.
Because
He's just like
a sore
storming
loser.
out.
that was the story I was reading this morning. It was like 6 American soldiers died in a helicopter crash. There was something else happened. Like stuff the president should be addressing and saying, well, this is what's going on. This is we thank them for their service and all that stuff. But he's just not said anything. He's just sitting in his toys, with his toys
Just
thrown
tuning
at the
it,
pram,
man.
like,
He went
just-
up to the loft and got a Mega Drive down. He was like, I just need to clear my head here.
that's a grim start, man. But what about last night? What
Well,
about Scotland?
I mean, I didn't think we were going to get straight in it, but yeah, let's go for it. So this is we're recording on Friday. On Thursday night, Scotland beat Serbia on penalties for the first time to get through.
And you live streamed it, didn't you?
I live streamed the reaction stuff to get through to their first major
Euros,
championships in 22
yeah.
years. 23 years it will be.
Well, the last time they played in the Euros was 24 years. Because it was 96.
Aye, France. Where was,
England.
Where was, oh, England.
It was
I suppose
England,
Euro
aye.
96.
Euro 96.
But I mean,
England.
I remember France 98. I was in 5th year at high school, and I remember watching the Brazil game.
We get a day off or the afternoon off because the game kicked off around 3 and we got told you could stay and watching I was in primary
That's
7.
right, yeah.
You could stay and
Same.
watch in the gym hall with the whole squad.
They rolled out
Or
the,
you
rolled out
could
the
go
telly on
home.
wheels.
What?
And Jim, my stepdad,
Yeah.
came and picked me up. Like pure sped, like the cars were running. I'm like sprinting up the street.
He's
I, like,
actually rolling.
He's
up
like,
the-
move, come on, we're going to miss a kickoff, man. But like, I can't believe we're going to watch Scotland v Brazil.
That was the Brazil
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
right?
And
okay.
then it was all going so well. Shout out John Collins, the last professional goal scored in a major tournament for Scotland, other than Tom Boyd on goal.
No,
That lost us that game 2-1.
But the second game was 1 each.
Oh, you must have scored the penalty in that game.
Norway was 1 each the second game. And then we beat 3-0 off.
Morocco.
That's the one.
Because I was actually in my primary 7 school trip during that. So again,
In
the whole,
Morocco.
the whole school, like, or the whole primary 7 in this, like, Loch Lomond
Outdoor camp
thing.
thing.
And we just watched us get scudded, man. And the song at the time, I remember we were all singing as like a little class, was the Delamitri classic. Don't come home too soon.
I watched actually. Is it Merceau, the Scottish like singer songwriter? He's got a wee video of him singing that in the stands at Hampden, just him on his own with a wee acoustic guitar. It was really good, really good.
That's you're not thinking of the guy from Fatherson?
No,
singing
he's
Caledonia.
No. There's a whole like
Series of
Oh,
things?
okay,
okay.
and there was somebody else. Joseph has done something else.
I bet they were all
Shout
singing-
out Joseph.
Oh, no,
did
was it
something
Joseph?
else.
It was Luke LeVolpe.
Oh, right.
Did another one.
I bet all those lads were celebrating last night for
Oh,
some
yeah,
serious
man.
reposts coming up.
Yeah, big time. Those royalty funds. They're not getting any.
Well, I saw that it was like your radio had that advert ready to go, I guess.
Well, what we could have ready to go is come the Euros, we could maybe get a sample of like European drinks to
Oh,
like.
I mean, we've got to do Group C, so we'll do England v Scotland v Croatia v
What's
Czech
that?
Republic.
What's an English drink? Dandelion and Budlock.
That was going to be my, yeah.
Stinking, innit?
Some crap. Anyway.
They'll taste the bitter taste of defeat. I tell you that.
You're like that Matt Lucas thing, like
Ghost Fitba.
I like Tottenham, but I don't like the Spurs.
No, we should maybe like a non-alcoholic Pimm's.
Come on, the football.
The thing about Arsenal is they always try to walk it in.
It's a classic.
Sparkling water. There we go. That's what England are bringing. Sparkling
Juice.
water.
Anyone for
Juice.
some juice?
I'm thirsty right now, actually.
I could.
Alright,
Let's get the
bring
first
it.
one going.
So Al, you're bringing the first one.
What have you brought, Al?
What have I brought?
See,
What
before
have I brought?
you tell us what we've brought, can I just say that I can't stop saying I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew to the point that I think Amy at home is going to punch
Well,
my
it's
lights out.
really when you're choosing to say it. This is really just
So what we got here?
What
Al?
you got, mate?
what we've got is a drink called Shani.
Half Shani?
Just let that hang for a minute.
Shani.
It's called Shani. It's out of Kuwait. Made by Pepsi, but exported to Kuwait.
They
A
always have
mixed
one, don't
berry
they?
soft drink by the looks of it.
What about that ring pull, though?
I mean, I
OG ring pull. Yep.
straight off.
Talk us through it. What is an OG ring pull?
Basically, during sometime in the 90s, they decided to switch out. No, actually, during the late 80s, it
I'd
would have
say
been.
the 80s, yeah.
I was in early primary. They decided that the ring pulls would remain attached to the cans.
So pre my buff, your ring pull would come straight off.
Straight
And
off, and it was the reason they stopped it was the whole wildlife thing. Stopped killing
Yep.
the bees or something.
So to keep it attached.
Yep.
So the rather
I think it was also around that time of a move
to.
to aluminium cans as well. Yeah.
What were they
'Cause
usually
we used
made
to
of?
have steel.
Steel. I mean, because I remember you used to
Just
have
a little
steel
magnet in
cans
the
to
bin.
check-
You had to
check-
test your
to test
can if it was aluminium. It
recyclable.
went in a different bin.
What are you
Very
talking about?
earlier,
Ah.
very early recycling.
That's
well, you're
crazy.
about to get a taste of.
The good times.
This is essentially Back to the Future. Is this your first OG ring pull?
This is my first OG ring pull.
See, I mean, just to talk more about the can though, I think the can's class.
Yeah,
It looks,
It's got a superhero vibe.
yeah, it looks shite, but great.
Yeah.
Like it's so basic. That was that strawberries, raspberries, and
Potentially a blueberry.
blueberry.
I want to say
blueberries.
grapes.
That's blueberries.
Look at the size of it.
I was
Definitely
like, that could be a grape.
I'm going blueberries.
You're
but
not getting blueberries in Kuwait.
You've been to Kuwait.
I've been to Kuwait, twice.
But that's giving me a Vimto vibe. So and I like Vimto. So I mean, I'm
300ml can, just a nice.
Yeah, that's.
Have you had this
It's a
before?
little stubby. I have had it before.
Oh, where did you get it?
I got it Mrs. Falafel up on Woodlands Road.
Ah, I've been there before. Didn't see the drink, so.
great food, and yeah, this was my company. I just had, I hadn't tried it. I saw it. I thought this is obviously what they recommend.
But I believe they do other flavours as well.
I'm hoping they do.
But I've never seen any. I've never had this.
Let's
but
go
I've
on.
I've never seen the other flavours, but
Actually, seeing as it's an OG ring pool,
Ceremonial.
let's hear one.
Oh jeez.
it's just a nice pop. It doesn't quite have the lingering sting.
Oh,
Oh, and a wee bit of the juice came out onto the top of the can, and it's bright red.
So-
bright red.
it's my first time for one of these. How do you open it? You just ping it and pull it.
It's the same you would open any other ring pool.
Just grab it hard and pull it back.
Ah,
That's what she said.
That's it.
Oh, I'm
Just
straight
get a
in
good grip and yank it off.
It's a narrow opening. It's not the same.
it's a strange opening, man.
Narrow, long.
I don't think my lips are
What it
ready.
does is really just controls the amount of flavour you get. First thing in the morning.
That
Talk
is
to me.
interesting, man.
I mean, I like it.
It's in that Vimto lane, but it's a wee bit spicier.
It's
Yeah,
got
a spice.
By spicy, I don't mean
smokiness.
spicy. I just mean it's
it's a bit dank, isn't it? It's
a
nice.
wee bit nice.
I think,
it's a
though-
wee bit nice, guys.
I think though, I am getting a Vimto vibe.
There is a Vimto, but to me, it's definitely like smokiness to it. There's
Don't you think there's a bit of a red cola vibe to it?
aye. I
all,
mean,
all correct.
but it's
But
like,
it's still,
I mean, it is
still
red.
its own thing.
It's pure red.
it's a more refined Vimto. That's some.
It's a hybrid. It's like a red cola Vimto hybrid.
maybe a
'Cause
homemade Vimto.
I don't know. Vimto is a bit grapeier. Like,
So maybe these are the grapes that are on the can. Eh?
why is grapeier a funny word?
Grape's not even a
It's
lot.
not a world. It's like how many adjectives per soda are we going to
What are you fact checking, Santa?
We should. This will be our book. Come Christmas next year, it'll be like a kind of glossary of terms.
It's grapeier.
Grapier.
I think it's a nice in between Vimto and I. Hear me out here. Not actually what red cola tastes like, but what you imagine red cola tastes like when you're a wee guy.
I just imagined it would taste
That makes
like Red
sense.
Cola. No,
No, because red cola these days doesn't taste that good.
No.
I'll be
Red
honest.
cola's a
I'll be
nostalgic
honest,
thing.
Watching the Scotland game last night, went to extra time, cracked open a bottle of Curry's Red Cola because it was the only Scottish drink I had, and I was like, "This is giving them the good luck." So I enjoyed that Red Cola that I had last night.
I need to slow down with this. I'm
Fair
finding
play.
it.
Yeah. I think though it's grapeier than Vimto might be the first 5-star sodas T-shirt.
It's grapeier than Vimto.
Aye.
No, Vimto's grapeier is what I was saying.
Oh,
I'm
right.
saying this is like
It's not-
a little.
Less grapey.
It's less grapeier.
It's the
than
hybrid, but the. Do I go in for a
let's
score?
get into the scores. You brought
got
it, so
love
you
child.
kick us off.
I've had it before. I'm revisiting it, but it's held up well. I'm gonna go 3.4.
Solid score.
It's an absolute recommendation for
Andy,
me.
what about you?
I mean, I like it. I like Vimto, and this just tastes like a fancy Vimto. So I'm liking it.
That's what it is.
I'm liking it even more than I would maybe like a normal Vimto. Vimto's a chippy drink.
But it's not. That's not a hipster Vimto though.
No, not at all. Like Vimto's a chippy drink.
It's
You're
a
maybe-
blue collar.
You're maybe
Vimto.
having this with something a wee bit fancier than a chippy. Still a takeaway, but maybe like a falafel.
The Middle Eastern
Kebabs.
Nah, kebabs. Maybe something a really nice takeaway. That's what you're having. So I'm going 3.5.
I think that for me, this is a perfect accompaniment to a meal, and actually, any kind of Middle Eastern style food, maybe even Greek, maybe something like a shawarma king or something. This would be perfect. I'm gonna hit you on my first four.
Not just your
Four.
first four.
The
This
show's
first four.
We'll on episode 2, but I'm going high. I'm on 4.1.
I mean, the same we're only on episode 2. We have done 18 drinks.
That's
So I mean,
true.
To have the first 4.1.
4.1. Yeah, I think it's delicious. It's nutritious. It's not nutritious. It's and I also like the fact that I don't taste raspberries, strawberries, or phantom berries that are on the front of this. I just but the same way when you go to a good takeaway and you look at the pictures don't match
Yeah.
what you actually get. Like if you went to any takeaway and seen the pictures on the board, and that is exactly what you got, you would not go back to that place. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, like
It's like when it says not actual game footage on a game trailer.
So the official overall average score for Shani 3.7.
Oof.
3.7. That's putting it on the podium. That's
on the podium?
It's going to put it on the podium. So I mean,
I mean,
congratulations,
I think that's
Shani.
about right. I mean,
it's actually equaling first at the moment. Equal
Jeez.
first with Club Orange at the moment.
What about that?
right out of the gate.
Cheers, man. Cheers to the
That is
Shani.
a screamer.
That's good.
That is a
I
screamer.
would definitely. I would go back to that.
Go find it.
One thing actually I forgot to do at the start.
Yes.
Shout out to Josh Murray. who follows
Yeah.
on Instagram. He was our first giveaway winner. He won himself a pack of the drinks we are tasting today, plus some American snacks and all of that nonsense.
Nice one, Josh.
So thanks, Josh.
Winner of our first ever
Aye,
giveaway.
we will be doing more. We will be doing more. And I think the next one we'll do is for whoever gives us a review on iTunes.
Yeah, that's
on
important.
sorry, Apple Podcasts. I keep getting dug up about that.
Yeah,
if you give us
Apple
a review
Podcasts.
on Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star review, then see what you like after that. Just make sure it's 5-star, because 5-star sodas, you can't give us anything else.
Even if you want to give us 4 stars, give us 5 stars.
It's just right.
Even if you don't want to give us any stars, give us 5 stars.
I mean, give us 5 stars and say just right underneath that. I wish I could only give
And
4 stars.
if you're not an Apple person and you use Spotify and you're listening on Spotify, still go to Apple Podcasts and rate us 5 stars.
You can also listen on Deezer. I don't even know.
You can watch us on YouTube
And you watch us on
and
YouTube.
Facebook.
Aye,
and Instagram.
At 5-star sodas on all the things, everything.
And all the things.
All the things.
That's the first t-shirt.
But yeah, aye.
Only thing we're not on is the telly at this point.
Yet.
Yeah, we'll get
Yet.
it. No, I think the second t-shirt actually should be Phantom Berries.
Phantom
and then
berries.
just a wee picture of these Phantom Berries. that's the one for me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You want to see what I brought?
Are we going with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he skipping the queue?
I think it's getting too, but
Did I?
I think you did.
Oh, no, let's go with you then.
No, I mean,
No,
it's-
no,
it's
excuse
from-
me.
No, it's-
On you go, please.
Andy sounds like he's got something for us.
I think he has got something for us.
Oh, yes.
I'm actually glad that you skipped the queue.
So episode 2, and on official episode 1 I brought a cola, and then episode 2 I'm bringing another cola. But this is my favourite cola that I have ever tasted. Jarritos Mexican Cola.
What a bold claim. This is your favourite ever cola.
Of the ones that I've tasted, yeah. That come close, I would say, would be Pepsi Raw, but that's maybe just a nostalgic thing in my head. I think it was as good as this because they've not made it for
I've never
10,
had Pepsi
15
Raw.
years.
Maybe that's a grail. Add that to the grail so we can find it.
I genuinely looked on eBay and I found one bottle that was going for 250 quid. So I
When
did,
is it coming?
if they had 3, I would maybe have considered it, but they only had one.
Couldn't do that to you.
And obviously the rules being that
It must be
it
served.
must be served chilled. It must be drank out of the container it comes in, and if it's not carbonated, it doesn't count.
Doesn't
so that we can
count.
score it out of 5. And obviously, if we only had one bottle, we couldn't all drink out the same one. So
So,
glass bottle, not a twisty. We need the bottle opener.
let's hear it. Oh, that was nice.
I mean, it's refined. We don't know. We done the clink,
Clinky clink.
clinky. Oh
You going straight in, boys?
yeah. I mean, I love it. I don't care that it's Friday morning and I'm drinking a natural cane sugar cola. I love it. I absolutely
It's
love
5 o'clock somewhere, isn't it?
5
I
o'clock
don't know if
Mexico.
that's true.
It's money. It is money. It's a great cola.
We've all had this before though.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
It's a bit of a standard now.
it's
and-
readily available. You get it in any good Mexican restaurant.
which there are a lot of these
yeah,
days.
Yeah. And you'll even pick it up in some good like convenience stores and stuff like that. What was the one we Nisa Way?
Yeah, out in the Gorbals.
But I mean, there seems to be a few of them around Glasgow. So Nisa Way, hit up them. What a find that shop was! Some unbelievable bits in there. I spent
Yeah,
ages.
yeah, yeah. Actually, shout for Kiara Kelly from the Eden Mill group. She was asking about the Club Orange after the Instagram went up. Nisa Way was where you get that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Club Orange again. You get that in a few other places.
And
Some
actually, if you
Tesco.
ever feel like you want to like drink along with us, like there is if you see a drink that is not like Coke or Pepsi or something, it's a good chance we've bought it already and
Yeah.
we're going to review it. So
Stock up yourselves. Stock
Get
up on those
yourself
fancy
some.
stores. Get out to a Nisa Way. Get out to a Mexican restaurant and pick up a few for drinking.
don't
along.
just shop for your drinks in supermarkets.
Guys like table for 2. Like, no, mate, can I just get 4 Jarritos to go?
Used to take away. I did. That's where I mean. I went to when I was trying to find the Mexican Coca-Cola. I went to Denison Barbecue. That's where I bought the Fanta pineapple that we did on the
Yeah.
American show for.
Nice one.
And
Where did you pick these up?
Glencrest Cash
Oh,
and
that's
Carry.
right, yeah.
What I mean, if you're like
want
me,
volume.
if you want volume on your sodas, and this is what I drink at home. This is what I'll have for my dinner. This is my go-to.
You have Coke for your dinner.
No, I have it with my dinner.
Cola.
It's-
Didn't he say cola?
Oh, cola, sorry. But that's also where I picked up Club Orange and the other alternative to the club. But yeah, as I say, I'll have this for my dinner every single time, but it does go best with the old Mexican food. So
So what do you like about it?
I don't. It's just more. It's a fancy cola. There's more refined.
Yeah.
There's so many different flavors to it, but it's not overpowering. It's not syrupy.
It is fruity, isn't it? It's got a bit of. It's not quite like. See the way some colas are like pure cola bottle. Do you know what I mean? It's not like that, but it has got a hint of the.
I feel like straight away Coca-Cola is much more carbonated than this. It's super fizzy. This just glides down.
It does make me burp a wee bit. It does make me.
I mean, that's going to happen.
I'll say this though, it is a fucking step above Fenimans.
Oh, miles.
And
Fenimans is
Fenimans
more.
is a nice entry point to
Yeah,
like something that is
yeah,
the Coca-Cola.
Craft Cola's.
But
a good
this is
start.
I would say
fucking
Fenimans.
miles
I
above
don't
it.
know if we talked about this. It's kind of herbal. Does it? It's more like a herbal vibe.
Yeah.
But I mean,
there's
there's
nothing I don't
This
like
is great
about
stuff. Eh?
nothing, absolutely nothing I
That's
don't
great
like about
stuff.
it.
I could do
It's
probably if I was out. I could probably do 2 of these over dinner if I was out.
easy,
know what I mean?
absolutely easy.
what's your scores?
I mean, I'm going high. There's no doubt about it.
Set the tone.
One of my favourite drinks, never mind one of my favourite colas. You've given us our first 4 ever. I'm going to go one more, and I'm going to give it a 4.2.
Woofed.
Jeez.
That is high.
The highest single.
That's a
score that
high recommendation.
That's the
though.
highest single score we've had on any drink so far. So
Let me remind everyone at home as well that the scoring system works 0 through 5. 3 being the absolute bang on recommendation. That's something you should go out and try. Anything round about that 3 though, 3.2, 2.7, something like that, still a high. That's still high. And
it's-
even if it drops below the 2.7, it doesn't mean that we don't recommend it. It's just maybe a bit niche. Maybe you need to.
If it's in your lane, if you think it's in your lane, because it's obviously it's a combination of all 3 scores. Andy's a cola guy.
Yeah,
He's going to score most colas higher. But do you know what? I really can't say much bad about this. It is one of the best colas out there. And I would, if someone's like, "Oh, I've never tried that," I'd probably just slap them. I'll just hit them with a full can of Shani. I'm gonna go 3.8.
another high score. Another high
Fair
score.
Yeah,
enough.
well deserved though. Not
Right,
holding
we do.
back.
I have some caveats here for this, right? One, it's not my favourite cola drink. It is good. I really recommend it, but there is a German brand that I'd like to bring on the show at some point.
I do love said German brand, and again I import that and I buy it by the case occasionally. So much caffeine in it that I think it's now putting them side by side. I think this edges it, but right, we'll
And the other caveat is the Jarrito or Jarrito, as I've heard it say as well. This isn't my favourite Jarrito or Jarrito or whatever way you say
That's
it.
fine.
There are other flavours that I will bring on the show and fight for. That said, it is a damn good cola. And the whole feel of it is like chilled glass bottle. It's got some like
the embossed
texture
logo
on it.
is great.
It feels awesome in the hand. Like and see if you've got some Mexican food in the other hand, a little taco, a little burrito, something like that. Like it's a perfect accompaniment to that. So I'm gonna go 3.8.
Another 3.0.
which
Jeez.
gives it the overall average score of 3.9,
Another hitter.
and is putting it
Wait a
straight,
minute.
straight to the top
Is that the top?
of the podium.
I
Straight
go
to the top.
straight
of
to
the
the
podium.
top.
A straight to the top.
I mean, but there's so many things I love about it. It's one of see because of the embossed bottle. It's one of those ones that you can see people know how they used to do it. The Jack Daniels bottles, they empty it and then
Yeah,
put it on
yeah.
a shelf.
Just hold on to that.
Start
bit.
a candle in
there. yeah.
Can
But
I get my
did say-
Monopoly going?
You did say it's good with Mexican food, and I agree. That's the first time I ever had it was with Mexican food. So we should go to Mexican food.
Around here, what's the spot?
Sacred Tom?
Sacred Tom out in
Sean's.
Vicky Road, yeah.
Good
Shout
one.
out to them. I went there yesterday to go and get some tea, but it was closed.
Oh,
but I
damn,
then
man.
went across the street to a wee Kurdish greengrocers, and I stocked up
Came
on
up.
some of the weirdest sodas.
Yes.
Forthcoming.
So yeah,
Can't wait to get into those.
Keep an eye out for that.
No, that
Yeah.
place is good. Rafa's new spot out in the
Yeah,
Hidden
you
Lane.
used to tell me about
That's
this.
decent. They do some nice burritos and
BB's,
tacos and stuff,
BB's
for
one
sure.
of my favourite, like right out in
shout
Dumbarton
out
Road.
babies, man. That is like the OG
Yeah,
spot.
I think it was the first place I ever had Mexican Coca-Cola.
That said though, I know a lot of people are big fans of Top La Bamba. But I remember the last time we went there, Andy, and it was like everything tasted the same.
Yeah, it's very average.
I mean, if Top of Alabama's popping up, surely Oaxaca's popping up.
Oh yeah,
Wash.
it's very- like Oaxaca is like
Shouts to Oaxaca, man. Look,
Oaxaca's my favourite, like
Cheney.
easy going, like
Yeah, yeah.
kind of Wagamama's Nando's level of.
It's
going
never
for
let me
something.
down.
but
I've never came out feeling
Well, it
that.
has let me down.
I've came out of this at Top of Alabama being disappointed.
It has let me down because I've got a £25 Oaxaca voucher in my wallet that ran out in August, And apparently
Surely
I'm not
they'll-
allowed- No, apparently I'm not allowed to use it. I'm pretty upset about
That's
it.
probably rubbish. Yeah.
So we'll tag what hack in this to make sure that they sort that out.
Yeah, but I saw your life out, man. What about what was the other spot? Taco Mazama. That was like a
Oh,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
one
an
of the
OG
OGs.
staple.
You get your Jarritos and Taco Mazama. So
Yep.
get in there, get your meal
Well,
deal.
maybe the first sneeze on the show.
Oh,
Cabbages.
Sneeze cam.
Cabbages.
I think I've psyched myself
No,
right
sneeze
out.
cam.
Cabbages. If you say cabbages, you can't sneeze. That's it.
Why?
I refuse.
Don't know. It's apparently it confuses your brain because why is this guy saying cabbages? That's got nothing to do with it.
Cabbages.
Try it next time. Try it next time.
Cabbages.
Here's a shout. What about Chipotle? You're dabbled in that.
So
I've-
for those that maybe don't
Okay.
know, Chipotle, American chain, Subway-esque but Mexican food.
But you get it, like, do they have them in like England now, like London?
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff
you've
like
got
that?
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Dublin.
Notoriously boss though.
I mean, it's like
It's decent.
South Park did an episode on Chipotle where like
Yeah.
the whole thing was like,
Isn't it a bit of a joke? I feel like it's a running joke.
yeah,
What, that you have it and it like
you need to go to the bathroom
Fucks you
very
up.
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't mind Chipotle. I remember the first
The
time
burrito bowl life, yeah.
we toured America. Chipotle was like that was life. That was like 5 dinners a week.
I like it, man. I like it so much. I've got a wee story for you about Chipotle.
I've never had Chipotle with you.
See, when I was in Canada, shout out friend of the show, Jordan Tekinos Levy. All of our lawyers, actually, so if you've got any issues, man, just hit him up. But I don't know if I've actually even told you this, but one time I was, when I was over there, he'd said to me, "Do I get a burrito?" And I was like, "From where?" And he's like, "Well, there's a spot in town called Mucho Burrito." And I was like, let's go. And he's like, "Or we can go to Chipotle." And like, that kind of like danced in my ear. And I'm like, oh, like I've not had one of them in a long time. We don't get them in Scotland. Where's the nearest Chipotle? He's like, Toronto. And Jordan lives in Kingston. And obviously Canada is
That's like a 3-hour
fucking
drive or
massive.
something.
It's like a 3-hour drive. That's like going from Glasgow to Aberdeen for a
For a
burrito.
Chipotle.
Absolutely fucking crazy. So I was like, that sounds ridiculous, mate. He said, or we can go to the States. Again, the ears dancing again. I'm like, the United States of America, the land of hope and opportunity. I was like, how would we get there? And he's like, 2 ways. We can either take a 40-minute drive round, or we can take 2 ferries
For a Chipotle.
for a Chipotle.
Double ferries.
So we obviously opted for the double ferries. So
The scenic route.
we drove over, crossed over to Wolf Island, drove the length of Wolf Island,
Is there anything in Wolf Island?
nothing.
Nothing in Wolf Island.
What?
That's so disappointing.
It's like Piccadilly. It's like Piccadilly Circus.
No wolves.
No animals or clowns.
Got to the other part, waited about 40 minutes for the ferry, crossed the ferry. The guy at the States side was just like, "Come on in." And we went in, drove to this place called Watertown, got the burrito, bang average, as to be
as you'd
expected. Went to a TJ Maxx, bang average, as expected. And then the long drive back. But the funny thing was,
This is all information you could have probably got from Yahoo Answers.
Should I?
Just wrote the word Chipotle, and the next one would have just an American would have said bang average.
But the funny thing was, we got back to the border, and I'm a dual citizen of Canada and Scotland, and or Britain, I suppose.
So you
but
didn't need the old ETSA or
I didn't need the ESTA, but the guy was a bit confused because at first he was like, "Let's see the passports." Seen Jordan's passport, fine. Seen my passport, heard my accent. There was a bit of banter there. He wasn't like he just couldn't get it. And then he asked the question, "What you guys do in the States?" To which point I had to explain to like a federal officer of the law. We actually took 2 ferries
We
to
did
get
a 3-hour journey in 2 ferries. for a
Chipotle and nacho cheese chips.
Maybe the
It's
worst.
pretty bad, man.
Did you even buy anything in TJ Maxx?
Nah. So we basically just did like a 5-hour round trip for a burrito, which we could have got 10 minutes for his house and Mucho Burrito.
I would have went Old El
But
Paso,
you know what?
mate. I would
I'd
have
do it
just-
again. I'd do it again. I'd do it all again.
I mean, to knowing Jordan, that's really not a story that surprises me in the slightest. Yeah, that's fully expected.
He wanted to show off Wolf Island, home of the
yeah,
Wolves.
yeah, that's to be expected.
When you got to Watertown, how was the volume of water in Watertown?
Didn't see any.
You were absolutely.
Done.
Let me tell you something.
Done with town
See the drive between the ferry port from Wolf Island to that part of the States. We're talking like
That's upstate
way
New York.
upstate New
Ah,
York,
yeah.
and not upstate New York like both of you have been to
Ah.
when you've been on your musical travels. I'm talking like so far north of New York, it starts to become a bit like
Canada.
no, like just pure
Rural.
rural.
Yeah.
And
But
it's
people
just
don't realise-
sketchy.
By the time you get to Albany, it looks a bit rural.
I mean,
People
it's
don't realise.
sketchy looking, and like there were like, actually, no joke. Seeing, I'm almost positive I seen a Confederate flag, and I'm like,
Oh,
I didn't even
easy,
think that
yeah.
would exist that high up on.
I'm
the
sure I've
border.
seen in like Rochester. We've done Rochester. I'm sure we've seen that in Rochester.
It's
But
nuts.
I don't think people realise how big New York State is
Yeah.
and
That's
how
huge.
tiny New York City is compared to it. Aye, mad. Shall we crack on?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
what's
got
next?
something.
You're up next. You're
Can
up
I go this time?
next. But this is us going patriotic a wee bit here because of the Scotland.
Yes,
Indeed.
We're going local. We're going
Shop local.
No, I'll actually say this, right? I didn't really read into this, but I did get it because it said Paisley on it.
Both of us being from Paisley.
So are you actually telling me that this is from Paisley?
Yeah. These guys are based in Paisley.
And it's the Paisley Drinks Company.
Yep.
Paisley pattern all over it. And it's a blueberry ginger soda.
Yeah. So tweaking and perfecting our recipes to provide you with the best fizzy juice to be born in Paisley. Pretty sure it's probably the only fizzy juice to be born in Paisley. To be
claim.
fair to them, but
I mean, Paisley is only really known for like textiles and junkies. So
Is there any shaking or tipping?
no, I mean it's going to be carbonated.
Any sediment around?
No, I don't see any sediment. I mean, so we should actually. This is a blueberry ginger soda. So I mean, now Paisley Drinks Company do have quite a vast flavour assortment, but we're going with the blueberry ginger here.
So it's a twisty cap.
It's an interesting flavour choice.
It
Blueberry
is.
ginger. I mean,
I do like blueberry and I do like ginger separately. I mean, I wouldn't generally have a blueberry muffin and a ginger ale, but together. But I do.
I'm intrigued.
You holding out hope?
See,
I've never had it. Have you had this?
No,
No.
I haven't. I've had this in my house, but I have never
I've
tasted
had it.
them.
You have had it,
Spoiler.
and
As a while ago. It was my only foray into
just
the Paisley Drinks Company.
without like preempting your
no
review,
spoilers.
like just was that a fun memory?
It was. It was.
Interesting.
So
It
I've
was.
had their, I think it's raspberry lemonade before. I've never had this. I'm not a big ginger fan, so I'm not necessarily holding it much hope. It's maybe just not a me, but let's.
See, be honest, like in terms of like something, is this? It's not the first Scottish drink we've done because we did
The American, the Dunn's
Duns.
American.
Duns
Cola.
American, which was
This is
honking.
more. This is a more boutique, smaller company.
This is probably more our level.
Yeah.
Not your old
Yeah, yeah,
school
yeah.
Duns.
I'm holding out hope for this, man.
Let's get him. Let's get him.
What of a crack?
I'm not gonna lie, that's a bit sad opening that. That doesn't feel good in the hand.
That's very gingery.
Whoa,
Yeah.
I actually get more blueberry out of that.
No, I'm smelling a ginger.
Oh no, wait, I'm getting it now. Not very fizzy. Oh, it's a bit sour. I don't know. It's nice. But
I always try and take quite a
I'm asking myself questions. I'm like, it's nice.
I take quite
But
a
is it?
generous swig first, and then I go back and I just go.
Oh, educate us, please, on how to drink juice.
Then I just go sip, sip.
What are you talking about?
Technique, mate.
Give us that again.
That is quite sour.
I don't know if that is. It's a very.
I mean,
it's a very
a blueberry's
niche taste, man.
a blueberry is, let me tell you something. A blueberry is not a raspberry. All right,
Do you work for Shani?
let me tell you.
What?
Worked in the research and development team.
Do you know how like? I'm going to say something stupid here, but you know how like when you eat blueberries on their own,
Yep.
they don't taste of what that blueberry flavor is.
Yeah, of course.
If it was artificial, or if it's like, say, even in a muffin, it's been cooked and there's like sugar and the
Yep. It's
like.
quite
When I think, I know it sounds dumb, but when I think blueberry, my first thought is blueberry muffin. Which is obviously why I'm as fat as I am, but it's not actually just blueberries. But I always like anytime I do pick up blueberries, I'm always like, I like them, but I'm always a bit like, they don't actually. That's not the taste I had in mind when I bought them, but I still like them.
my move with the blueberries is like in yogurt.
That's good in yogurt.
That kind of vibe.
But what I'm trying to say is, this is very true to the blueberry.
I quite like it.
Do you know what I'd say? I'd say it's something you'd expect to see in a maybe litre glass bottle on the table at Christmas.
Yeah,
Like that kind of fancy schloor flavour type thing. Definitely not something I'm going to drink regularly.
I mean,
but
I
maybe if
think
you're-
in a way this is really testing the limits of what we're calling sodas, because it's not that carbonated.
it literally says soda on the label.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, It's
Nah, this is as carbonated as the Jarrito.
Yeah, I
think so?
Yeah, it's quite.
think so,
it's
for
fizzy
me.
enough. Maybe you get a flat one.
Yeah, dude,
maybe.
I'm probably about 3 or 4 on the burp meter. The burp count is high
Yeah.
right now.
I like it, but I don't. I'm
I
not.
do- I
I'm
mean-
not rushing out to buy it again. I don't
No,
think.
no. I mean, it's not. It's,
It's
not
an
something I would normally
it's an
have.
event drink, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing some interesting things. Like you're saying, it's Christmas if you're for your designated drivers. Like you want a wee blueberry and ginger soda.
See in a wine glass. I mean, looks. I mean, you've got a bit of a wee
ma-
wine.
Maybe that. Do you know what? That's potentially a good base for a like mulled wine, non-alcoholic mulled wine type thing. Something like that.
I mean,
a wee
maybe
non.
that,
A wee.
kind of
a
not
wee-
far off it already.
Yeah, yeah. So, but that's what I mean. Like a designated driver's Christmas drink. That's it. It's maybe perfect for that.
It's quite strange though. The palate's been on a wee bit of a journey.
I'll tell you what, though,
and this is really.
We are underselling it, but it is nice. I
It
could
is
finish
nice.
this. It's just
They're doing
not
some
something.
They're doing some interesting things over
Yeah.
here, but
I mean,
probably not for everyone. But
I really enjoyed the raspberry lemonade. Ginger's never my flavour, but I'm not against it.
no, I'm
at
definitely. I'm
I'm
definitely
gonna
a ginger.
So
let
you
me
doing your
dive
score?
in. Let me dive in. 2.5.
2 and I'm just going to come straight after you because I couldn't agree more. 2.5.
It's a good drink. It's definitely something you want with a certain kind of meal, a family occasion. This would be amazing if you had like younger people in the family that want to like have the party glass and feel like they're part of the gang. You know.
See, I like it, and I would recommend it to people, knowing that not everybody's going to like it. So I think my score's got to be up closer to the 3, but I realise it's niche. It's probably 2.8 for me.
2.8.
2.8.
2.8. So that gives it the official average score of 2.6.
Did we see that?
2.6.
2.6.
2.6. I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. And I'm sure we'll come back to the Paisley Drinks Company at one point. We'll give them a wee tag. And see what they say.
Yeah, please, guys, at the Paisley Drinks Company. I'm actually for info, so
Don't tan my window.
get obvious. No, but what I was gonna say is don't take that if you do watch this and or care. Don't take that bad. Like I really do like it. 2.5 is a great score, but like ask yourself
On this show, you will see me show respect to people that are pushing the envelope.
It's 2.6, by the way, and just so you're aware, Fentimans Curiosity
2.6.
Cola also scored a 2.6.
I mean, there you go.
So I mean that's
Unsettling for me, because
You can't go back.
there's
You've
no way
made your
back.
choice.
I scored Fentimans Curiosity Cola higher than the both of them.
that's
so, I
true.
mean, I'm always
We
going to
Amateur
kinda-
score.
I'm going to drag the colas up a wee bit.
Fair play.
Like normally on this show, though, quite often we'd have a guest. We don't have a guest this week, but when we don't have a guest, one of us is going to bring a bonus drink, so that we're always just tasting 4.
Tell me it wasn't my turn this week.
Did you not bring it?
No.
Sometimes we'll have a. Nah, I'm looking at it.
Hey, we got you guys. I'm all jacked up in Paisley Soda
Am
Company.
I right in thinking if you pull that out, Andy, my bonus drink is very much in my lane.
What is that?
This is the IBC
That looks like a Corona.
cream soda.
Not Corona.
Modelo.
Modelo. No tinfoil though.
No tin foil. It's the IBC cream soda.
What is IBC?
It
Insane.
appears on many of the top 10 cream soda lists online.
What are you talking about? The top 10 soda? Have you subscribed to like Cream Soda Monthly?
I mean, cream soda is my speed. I like it a lot. There's levels to the game. You know, there's not a lot of ingredients or flavors that make up a cream soda, but there is definitely levels to what constitutes a good one and
Well,
a great one and a bars one.
I like. So I was about to say that I love cream soda, but
Straight off the bat, the bars one is
the bars one is honking.
completely
man.
transparent, and that's not a good sign.
See, that's probably where my experience
So
of
put
cream
me
soda
off.
is. I don't think I've ever really. I'll be honest. Don't think I've ever tasted cream soda ever.
Other than bars.
Maybe not even bars because it's just something. Maybe I've tasted it once and I'm like that's stinking and that's it. That's put me off cream sodas for life.
I mean, are you against, some people take vanilla ice cream out of the equation, but some people, when vanilla appears in other things, they're kind of like, I'm not really a vanilla guy.
Nah, I'm okay with vanilla. I'm fine.
But I
As
mean,
long as it's a good vanilla, like a good vanilla ice cream, is great.
sort of like the Madagascan.
Yeah, you want a solid.
Specify the Madagascan vanilla.
Cardor.
but
Sure.
but not just a
Viennetta?
pure basic like.
Not like
Tesco's.
No, but that's
yellow
the,
ice cream.
you know the way the way a margarita pizza is the absolute telltale sign of a good pizza place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The same way with an ice cream shop is like if the vanilla is banging, then
Yeah.
it's the mother sauce, isn't it? It's
Aye,
like
it's the-
what
it's the
everything
base.
else is created out
Yeah.
of. So
So is that
in
what cream
theory,
soda is? Effectively.
Cream soda is is essentially carbonated water
And sugar.
some method of sweetening, and
So that is
vanilla.
pretty much
Vanilla.
the base
Although-
for every soda.
No, I don't think vanilla would go in every soda, but I guess
in every cream soda.
No,
No,
in every
in soda.
No, in every soda. So in the cream soda, but also companies like Virgil's, there is most of them will list other unspecified natural flavors that
Yeah.
are given it, which could be just hints of cherry, or not a cherry cream soda necessarily, but just wee bits of things to give it a bit of character. Much like what I'm sure the cola companies are doing.
Where's
this-
this? Where's this from?
This is made with cane sugar though, which immediately, if I see cane sugar on a label, I'm like, yes.
That's interesting.
So this one, this originally it's old school 1919. I believe that was out of St. Louis, but since then it's been bought over, and I think at present it's owned by
Oh, it says in the back,
the
Dr.
Dr.
Pepper.
Pepper company. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like where it ended up. It went through a couple of different companies, but it is a heritage brand, so to speak.
I mean, it's got a pure beer
It
bottle
is-
feel,
it's-
doesn't it?
it's a good
1919.
feel.
It says this is.
And
I
the
was
one
gonna
thing
I
I'll
like
say,
the logo, but I've got my stickers all.
I do like the logo. The logo's nice, but what I would say that I do like as well, it does feel kind of quite old school and heritage, chubby bottle. Twist off as well.
Twisty
It
indeed.
feels like a beer.
Does
Like,
aye.
again, it's like if you were out with your pals and they're all drinking beer, and you wouldn't feel too bad.
It's like a Miller High Life.
But I do like the throwback vibes.
Yeah,
I do like the idea of the mom and pop.
I'm not very good at these twist offs, so
No,
I don't
I,
want to hurt my
I
hand.
feel like pure kill the hand.
Ah, so-
I'm gonna go and do the.
I need to get a wee bit of jumper.
If you ever wanted to know who
Who the men on the show.
if anyone out there needs a jar opened, just
Or a spider killed. Oh. Here I come.
that brings your palate back to a nice place. No, I don't mean this. This is not against the Paisley Drinks Company, but from that uber fruitiness just
Yeah.
to something a bit more.
That is smooth.
As far as I mean, I know you've sampled a few of the
Cream sodas,
of
my
the
thing.
higher level.
This is delicious.
I'm trying to put my finger on it.
Do you know what I wish tasted like this? The butterbeer stuff that you get at Harry
Oh,
Potter World.
jeez, man.
Like, see if that tasted like this, you'd be happier when you're at the Harry Potter World. But if you ever taste that, you ever had that butterbeer stuff, Andy?
No.
It's trash, man.
Oh my god, it is.
You can buy it now. Like you
disgusting.
can buy it in a
See, I don't
can.
like, I'm immediately put
honking.
off because I don't like beer at all. I mean, everybody knows that. I've said it a million times on this, but I don't.
There's
like
no beer in it. It's
I
just,
know, but
it's
I
like
just-
a pure honking cream.
And am I
soda,
right in
really.
saying that they put whipped cream in the top?
They do?
They do something to make it look like.
I mean, guys that look like me, we don't eat whipped cream in public. Ends up looking like a bukkake scene. It's just, and people don't want to see that. At
Do you want to explain what bukkake is
No, I don't think we
for my
should.
mom that who are going to be watching this out?
just look up.
Mum,
look up.
Come cover your ears.
Why did you just lob that up? Do you
Mum,
want to
cover your
know what
ears.
that is for my mum? I'm just that.
Cover your ears.
Moving on.
Shiitake, it says shiitake. Andy, what do you think of this?
It's weird. That wasn't. I mean,
I didn't
See-
think this
see,
was your lane.
no,
but
it's not. But the way you kicked off this is now that's a. I don't know if you said palate cleanser. but
Yeah.
that's exactly what it tastes like. It's like. It's taking everything else away. It's just been like, right, next taste. It's not bad. It's not something I would maybe go back to drink unless I was going to drink it in between every drink to make sure I had a fresh palate.
I think they'll see. This is awesome. It
it's
tastes
a great
so nice.
execution of it.
This is exactly what I was talking about with the vanilla ice cream thing. In fact, see, for most vanilla ice cream shops, if they sold this, I'd probably rather have this than their ice cream.
Yeah, than what they consider.
It does have a weird. It does have a nice vanilla taste. I do.
Be
enjoy
amazing
that
with a
vanilla
float.
taste, but it's just
Wouldn't it?
Nice.
You like a float?
I don't mess with the floats.
nah.
Did we discuss the floats in the last one?
I think it came
Briefly.
up.
We have certainly discussed it, and I don't know if we actually discussed it on a show or not.
I think I'm going to have to bring a float in one day, man, as part of a special thing.
Do a float special.
Teach you, man.
IBC.
Teach you
Dr.
how to live.
Pepper and Coke.
This is dope, man.
I think like
You want to score it?
I've had I've had quite a lot of cream sodas, and I've had a lot of good ones, and this is rating very, very high for me.
On you go. Tell me.
Um,
Talk to me. Talk to me.
this is going north. This is going north.
North?
Let's go north.
This one's
How
going
north?
go
North
up.
of the wall?
Let me get one
You
more.
going
Let
north
me
of
get
the
one
wall?
more. It needs to come from the heart.
Silence.
It's a 3.9. It was going north of 4, but you know what?
Why not, though?
Because I don't mean I'm holding out hope for the
You
future.
want more. You
There's
want more.
got to be room to grow, and it's doing something basic very well, and I commend that. But it's not. When I'm hitting some solid scores north of 4, it's because I'm trying something I've never tried before, and I'm literally like blown away by it.
Yeah.
That's when I'm going.
Andy,
I mean, I actually quite like it. I genuinely do.
every time you have a sip, you're liking it more, though.
Aye,
Aren't you?
yeah, but it's not something I'm ever going to go back to, and it's not something I'm going to recommend.
Maybe a good mixer though. For Paisley soda Germany.
Yeah, I mean,
Add a wee
and
bit of vanilla in there.
that's maybe my feelings on it. Is I feel it's like it's a base for something. If I add a flavour to that, it'd be right up my street.
I'm tempted to add a wee bit of Coke to it, man. Get the vanilla Jarrito going.
So I'm I'm going to go 2.8, and I know that feels bad because you just had it with a 3.9. That's
No.
quite a bit drastic, but it's not for me.
I think we have lanes like that. So it's
Yeah.
you know, if we went somewhere and it was like a cream soda joint, like you would take and enjoy it. But again, due to your personal, if it's light, if there's Coke, if there's cola sitting there, you're like, I'm over here right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's maybe something that people enjoy watching because they'll realise actually I love the stuff that Al likes, or I love the stuff that Andy likes, and it means that they'll maybe be like, no, I want to see Andy's scores, or I want to see Al's scores,
Yeah.
because that's what I'm going to then go and drink. Nobody's interested in Nick's scores because they're all over the place. So what is your score for this one? What's your score for IBC, Nick?
It's high.
It's high.
I'm actually struggling, right? Because I don't ever really want to give out a 5. Ever.
Perfection. That is perfection. Just to be clear,
Perfection.
5 is perfection.
I go back to that mother sauce thing. And I'm like, if all that needed was some cherry, or I'm just trying to think of something else to go in there, Coke, or if all that needed was like the other wee push,
Yeah.
is it going to a 5? Is it going that high?
The balance of the basic ingredients, the balance of the basic ingredients in this cream soda are flawless.
That's what I'm saying. So like, and this sounds ridiculous. Grown men really getting into this, but seriously, the fizz is right. Like maybe I would have liked to have popped. I mean, I could have popped the cap.
Just to be clear, that is actually really lightly carbonated. Like it's
Not overly
I
carbonated.
think it's
fizz
the
is
least carbonated of anything we've had today.
Could be.
But I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
I think for me the fizz is right. The flavour's right. It feels right in the hand. It's
just right.
4.3.
Jeez.
4.3. I think this is good.
Just doing that so he's got high score, but 4.3.
No, seriously, I just think like here's my thing, right? I'm going 4.3. I wanted to go 4.5, but I feel like I need to give at least a wee bit extra for something to add to it to get it nearer a 5. I mean, shit, like if you think about what Prez does in the pizza show, I think the highest he's ever given someone's a 9.3.
Yeah.
Or a 9.4 or something. So he's still like, that's a guy who's seen so much pizza looking for something. And in the same vein, I would obviously be looking for something to like take this and run with it. But I just feel like this is delicious and there's so many options for
Like
it.
I say-
You can mix this with so much.
I commend them doing something simple and doing it very well. I'll always commend that, whether it's pizza, juice, whatever. I think I'm looking for when I hit those scores north of 4, because I've tasted something unique, something that I feel like a brand is dialed in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of decent cream sodas, a lot of good cream sodas, a lot of great ones. I'm looking when I go high, it's because I'm trying something that a brand's come up with that's totally unique.
What is the average score
So
of
the
that?
average score is 3.7. Which puts it on the same level as Shani and Club On in second place.
I mean, and on average, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And an average of our palates.
I mean, I can't, even though I only gave it a 2.8, I can't argue with that position
so
because I know it's not for me.
before we get to the leaderboard, we spoke briefly about the hood cocktails on the first one, and I want to like set out the stall for hood cocktails going forward. I want a hood cocktail segment of the show is that we all pick a drink from in front of us, and what would you add to that to make it? We don't need to go through every one. Just pick one from your selection now, and how would you make that dance if it was an alcoholic thing?
Honestly, I'll make this quick. I wouldn't add it into the cream soda. I like that the way it is. Again, the blueberry thing is a logging on. My move on this lineup is probably doing a smoky cokey or a nice bourbon in the Jarrito and seeing how that comes out.
See, I would have chosen the Jarrito as well. Maybe stuck some rum in it. Went with a Cuba Libre.
In fact, this guy.
but I think, as I said, the cream soda for me is missing something. So I'd need to go with. I'm
I
not
don't think
sure
it's
what-
missing booze though.
No, I know, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking if I can put a flavour in there with the booze, and I'm not saying Maduri, but like
I'm not saying that. What do you call it? What's the?
I'm not saying a dragon soup.
Yeah, or like one of these absolute. I'm not saying the passion fruit absolute.
No, but I mean, I think it just needs a wee bit of flavour to bring it up, and I'm not sure what it is, but I think it needs something in there to just bring
A
it
mixed
up.
berry
So
Ciroc.
Which one of these are you going Cuba Libre on the
a
Coke?
Cuba Libre on the Jarrito was a no-brainer for
That
me.
is a hit. Yeah.
I think you hit on something with this, and having like the blueberry ginger soda could be mulled winey. I feel that, but man, this to me feels like
The IBC.
there could be some sort of like.
I just couldn't figure out what the move would be.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
think.
Like, I don't know how you do this,
I've
right?
chosen it, and I still can't figure out the move is.
I feel like maybe like some sort of like alcoholic milkshake that has a bit of the vanilla of
Like
this.
an alcoholic egg cream.
Yes.
There you go. I mean, that's dank. I
That's
have that
dank.
after, and I don't have it before.
Aye.
I don't know. I would
Something like
I
that.
feel like something could dance.
It could
like,
just be a splash. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? To give something a sweetness. and
maybe
a cream.
bourbon. Like some bourbons are really quite like handle vanilla quite well.
Okay, yeah. See that?
But the Jarrito definitely would go well with anything. I don't know what the fuck you put in a Shani.
No,
Shani's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
What are you taking? Like even though we've given our scores, what are you taking up the road? What's your car sip?
I will literally just sip Jarritos in the car, but
You
Shani,
sip Jarritos at the fridge though.
aye, but Shani's such a out of the Middle East.
Respect.
Never heard of it, and I'm like, oof, I like that, and I will have it again.
Super strong lineup here.
Yeah,
I think it's
crazy.
What are you taking
crazy
home?
strong.
Probably the IBC for me.
I'm the same.
I can't see that go to waste.
I'm always taking Jarrito. I can't argue that.
Andy, what about the leaderboard though?
The leaderboard actually, that's
All change.
big changes.
Ceremonial change coming
So
up.
at the moment, we did have Club Orange was at the top, followed by 7-Up Mojito, and then in third place was Virgil's Black Cherry. So I've lost my page here, so you're gonna need to sit there while I do some admin. So
Please do your admin.
There's no doubt Virgil's Black Cherry, unfortunately, is dropping off the leaderboard.
Goodbye, sweet prince.
It had its moment in the sun.
Currently, was in second place was 7-Up Mojito. It's moving down to third.
Oh,
Okay.
And I know you're thinking, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. But that's because Club Orange is also moving down to third. But moving down to second. But joining Club Orange in second place is Shani
oofed.
and
Yes.
IBC.
Ho ho!
So that is a stacked second place.
That is a stacked second place.
But going straight to the top
Straight to the top.
to the top
top.
is the Jarritos.
The Jarritos.
No, sorry. Right.
Jarritos.
So
Jarritos.
a huge. That is a. I'll be honest. I'm getting worried about how much weight that we think can hold up the podium will hold, because I don't want to get too much.
Let me
with it.
tell you this right now. If you go out to the shops tonight, Friday night or Saturday, whenever you get this, and you picked up any of those,
Aye,
you're going to be
having a-
happy.
Yeah, you're having a
You're going to be happy.
The one thing I'd say actually, maybe lose Shani out of this bit, but those are all great mixers. Every single one of them.
I mean, Shani
Yeah,
could be a
you
good
can-
mixer. Maybe
Could
get
be.
yourself a hookah pipe and be Shani beside you and you go mental for the night.
But that's a strong episode. I mean, 2 new additions. 3 new additions. 3 new additions to the top 3.
What are we going to do next week though? Find out
We
soon.
will top
Who
it.
knows? Who knows? But yeah,
Any round up with?
no, I mean, I think we've covered it all.
Strong.
Yeah.
Super strong.
So make sure you keep following us at 5 Star Sodas on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and on YouTube.
Please leave those reviews.
Aye, leave the
Please leave
reviews.
the reviews.
By the next episode, when we're giving out drinks, we will send the pack of drinks to somebody that leaves us a review on Apple Podcasts. So get that done, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.